I simply just can't believe it. And what I'm talking about, we're going to find out on the other side. So without any further ado, let's go. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is John from Flippin Ain't Easy. And as I teased you on the other side of the intro and also in the thumbnail, I was quite shocked at what I discovered. And at first it started out with me wondering about, hey, there's this particular item, it's valued at like 70 bucks. And I've had it on my shelf for many months. And why hasn't it sold? So I checked it out. I looked it up. Couldn't find it. Couldn't find it anywhere in my store. Couldn't find it in the ended items list. I hope I didn't sell it. So let me check my orders over the last 90 days. Nothing. So I'm like, okay, this isn't right, because I know I listed this item, but yet it's not for sale. So I was like, okay, this isn't right. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take all of the stuff that I have in this one room, and it's my smalls. I have my larger stuff out here, out in my garage, as you guys can recognize. So this is where I keep all my larger stuff because it's just so much easier to handle. But my smaller items, I keep on the racks in that one room. I do my videos on every once in a while. And I said, okay, I'm going to embark on a project. This was on Monday when I did this. And I'm going to list a few items today, but after that, I'm just going to go through every rack that I have. I think I have like 40 racks, and I'm going to see what's going on, if there are other items that are just missing here. So I proceeded to do that, and with my wife's help, she was gracious enough to take the day and help me navigate through this. And we continued to find item after item after item that was nowhere to be found. Whether it be in the orders, maybe I goofed up. No, didn't do that. Maybe somehow I ended the listing. Didn't do that. And maybe I just didn't type something in right, and it's there, but I'm just not seeing it. No, that wasn't the case either. And it took us 2 days. We went through, starting on Monday midday, and Tuesday morning we finished. And the end result was this. Yes, you're looking at a hot mess. I just threw everything in this big tub, and there's still extra stuff that I didn't get in the tub here. But this is what you're seeing, is all the items that I found on my rack that simply were not listed, that I 100% recall listing. And for me, it's like all this time I thought these items were just slow-moving items, and hey, just one of those things going on. Maybe it'll sell at some point. But I don't know what happened here. I don't know if maybe lost in the shuffle somewhere with all these category changes. Like every quarter, eBay goes through a handful of categories and changes, this item doesn't belong here, we're going to put it in this category. Maybe, who knows? But I think a lot of my items over the last year have been a victim of this item specifics nightmare. And if you have a large quantity of items that are sitting on a shelf somewhere waiting for that particular buyer to come and grab it, there may be a very good chance that a good percentage, I'd have to say mine was like 10 to 15% of my listings were not even listed anymore. And I just don't know why. I don't know how. I think some of it may be, and these are all hypotheses based on, I do recall a few of these being items that someone bought and then requested a cancellation. And of course, depending on the situation, I accepted the cancellation and I selected relist this item. And apparently those items didn't get relisted. Found a couple items that I tried to do an auction on and someone bought, and well, someone won but never bought the item. I can tell you this, I didn't forget about the item. I know that I selected eBay's cancel and relist this item feature after the buyer didn't pay, but the item apparently never was relisted. So it's a mystery to me, but we're talking some pretty decent items. Now, looking at this mess here, I mean, there's a lot of items in here that really, I don't even know what I was thinking when I listed these items. Remember, I changed my philosophy over the last, say, 4 or 5 months, where I'm not listing anything that doesn't have comps on it for at least 20 bucks. That's with shipping. So, we're talking like 15 plus shipping kind of thing, but usually it's $20 or more plus shipping. So a lot of this stuff, I'd say maybe 25, 30, 40% of this stuff is stuff I probably, and I'm not going to bother messing with after today. This is going to go in that liquidation pile that I liquidate someone who wants to buy stuff that they can maybe sell at a yard sale or a flea market for $1 a piece, that kind of thing. Or maybe they want to take it on to Mercari, make $5 on it and call it a day. But for me, I don't want to waste my time on selling stuff that has such small value. To me, it's a time suck. And while I'm not on this channel saying, hey, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do this, in order to say that my day was successful, I want to make sure that I'm listing $200, $300, $400, $500 plus in not necessarily MSRP, but in actual, here's what my comps show on eBay that I'm able to get for this item. And sometimes that's listing 5 to 10 items. Larger items takes more time to go through and make sure, because especially with a larger item, you don't want returns. And I've had some before, and it's not fun, and it's not cost effective to ship out items that aren't tested thoroughly, where there's not going to be an issue. And even then, people make up things and tell eBay, hey, there's an issue and you got to take it back. So for me, it's about taking these items that you're looking at, going through them, and I estimate I'm probably going to relist about 60% of these. Now, we're talking 61 items that I found. 61 items I found sitting around, taking up space. Now I can consolidate. I could probably get about almost a full rack out of all that, a full rack of space back that I didn't think I had before. Now, of course, some of that's going to go back on the rack, but you guys need to, and I know this is the wrong time of year to take time, but maybe if you have that day off where you weren't planning on listing, maybe it's worth taking, 2-3 hours, going in, maybe take one area. For me, it'd be like one rack, right? There's 5 tiers on each rack that I have, and go through and make sure that each item is actually listed. And while I was at it, we'd go through, I'd pull up an item and I'd say, oh, well, this has been here for a while. It's listed, but the price may need to go down, and I'd take some time and I'd lower the price. I had a really good sales day today, and really, I've been actually doing really well with sales, but I've noticed today about half the items that I sold were items that have been sitting on my shelf, and those items were ones that were listed, but as I went through this process and changing, maybe I don't like the photo here, maybe the title isn't quite right, let's change the title a little bit. Once I found the item and found the listing in my store, I was able to change something and change the price or whatever it was to help move that item, because I'm not a storage unit. You guys, I don't think, are storage units. There's plenty of places to store your items. I don't want it to be at my house. So by changing something, and maybe, you know what, I was planning on getting 40 bucks for this item. Maybe I need to price it at 30, maybe break even, get that money into something that's going to sell quicker. And that's kind of my advice to you, other than the fact that you do need to do some inventory control every so often, maybe every 6 months. Don't do like I did and wait over a year and find out there's stuff that, I forgot about that, it's just been sitting there waiting for someone to find it. And while it's kind of like sourcing, and wow, I got a whole tote and a half full of stuff that I can list now, that stuff should have been listed a long time ago and may explain, a small loss over time because it wasn't listed. So guys, what do you think here? Yeah, it looks like a bunch of junk. And I know a lot of you guys are going to put, wow, it looks like trash that you're selling. But you know what? A lot of this liquidation stuff looks just like this. And believe it or not, people buy it. And you know what? I'm making money. So I'm going to continue buying this, what some of you call junk, and sometimes I call junk. But it works, and there's a market for it. And I encourage you to continue to be proactive in your store, in your business. Do little things like this just to make sure that everything is operating the way it's supposed to be. You know what? I don't know what happened here. I think maybe it could be that these are slower moving items, and eBay just kind of, after about the second or third time through the cycle of being reposted back in my store, that good till cancel thing, they just pulled the plug. I mean, I don't know. Please help me understand. What could it be? Please put your comments down below. Let me understand, or help me understand, what's going on here. Has this happened to you? Have you done an inventory check and found similar results? Hopefully not to this magnitude, but it's kind of concerning. And you want this merchandise up right now in Q4. You don't want it sitting on your shelf, not being seen by anybody. It might as well just be in your garage or back into that death pile and not listed. And well, it's not listed. So check it out. Let me know what you find in the comments. And of course, I don't know everything. Coming to you guys, and hopefully you can help me understand what's happening here. So if you like the content that I bring here, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and of course, hit that notification bell so that I'm going to start launching these as premieres so that you're given the heads up when these videos launch. And of course, I do plan on doing lives. At some point, I'll do a live here. I enjoy doing them. It's that I'm just dealing with a lot of momentum right now on eBay. And my focus has been just continuing to list, change prices with my existing inventory. And what I find is that my sales right now are outpacing my ability to list at my pace. And that's fine. I'm making money, and that's all that matters in this business. I'm not here for style points. I'm not here to tout how many listings I've done, and you should do too, because we're all different. And I'll put that video right here. You guys want to check that out. That got a lot of positive feedback, but that's the truth. So guys, whether you check your inventory and find the hot mess that I found, or maybe you won't, just know this is just yet another example of how flipping ain't easy. Oh, by the way, Thursday, no mail for USPS. Maybe UPS or FedEx, someone put something down below. But if you're sending something out, you're shipping out on Thursday, nobody's coming to your house to pick it up. It is the Veterans Day holiday. So you'll have to ship that out on Friday. And I think eBay has made concessions for that. I don't want you to quote me because I didn't check it before making this video. But again, you guys have a great rest of your week and keep making those sales.